Introducing BassShaper by WA Production. From the same team that brought you the transformative Kick Shaper, BassShaper sculpts bass tones like you've never heard before. Bringing advanced processing to an all-in-one plugin, BassShaper will have your low-end sounding solid and defined, banishing mud and boom. Create separate but complementary tails, well-structured transients and additional harmonics. The streamlined interface and intuitive workflow means that crafting the perfect bass now takes just seconds. Here are a few before and after examples to get started. Grab your headphones or listen through decent monitors to hear the processing in full effect. I'll be bypassing BassShaper with this button. Running in all major plugin formats for Mac and PC, BassShaper brings unique processing modules engineered by the best in the business. The shape, EQ, and enhancement features are specifically tailored for bass sounds, fixing floppy low end with tonal balance controls, resulting in flawless bass lines. So let's explore. This is the main interface of BassShaper, with most controls on the front panel. The interface is fully resizable with vector graphics. Just drag the bottom right corner. The live audio is displayed on the central window, showing exactly what's happening to the signal as it travels through the plugin in real time. This allows for accurate monitoring at every step of the chain, so keep your eye on it during the upcoming examples. Input and output gain knobs feature at either side of the interface. Across the bottom just here are controls for A/B comparison, undo, redo, phase flip, reset, auto gain comparison, oversampling, limiting, and bypass. You can also right-click anywhere on the interface for a few additional options that are covered in the BassShaper manual. This shape panel in the center is where you'll be spending most of your time with BassShaper. I'll start with this simple bass line, kind of flabby and uninspiring, with dynamics all over the place. Let's see if we can improve things. I'll firstly focus on these three tonal control knobs: deboom, demud, and level. Firstly, deboom. If you're familiar with WA Production's popular Kick Shaper plugin, you might recognize this dial, although the algorithm is entirely different and specially tuned for bass material. In BassShaper, the deboom processing is activated via bassline amplitude, smoothing excessive boominess in bass notes, resulting in a cleaner bass frequency. Demud dynamically and statically suppresses muddiness caused by note transitions and resonances. Using a unique pitch tracking system ensures clarity as bass notes transition from one to another. The level control is all about controlling fluctuating amplitude. This is a similar control to traditional bass riding plugins that you might be familiar with, but with BassShaper a pink noise signal is used, tied to the incoming signal, and then precise volume matching is applied. This creates a dynamically well-balanced bass line. punch and fade dials deal with transient and tail activity. A big issue with bass can be the inconsistency of transient intensity during note transitions. Instead of a traditional compressor, BassShaper uses this punch control, targeting only the transient heavy portions of the bass line, compressing or expanding them with precision. Every bass note, long or short, has a tail, where the amplitude falls away. This fade control works by compressing or expanding only the tail sections of notes. This allows you to shorten long bass notes or lengthen short ones, especially useful if you want to keep bass frequencies away from your kicks. This bass has a different kind of vibe. Let's listen and improve it with some setting adjustments. Now for something really exciting, the subtone control. This is where you can add tonal enhancement to your bass with tone generation in line, above, or below your original sound. The generation works in octaves, so use the subsetting to add density with super low frequencies, or use high to help your bass stand out when played back on bass light systems, like phones or laptops. Now another kind of bass, and we'll tweak the controls to make it sound its best. Delving into the SAT EQ section now, these frequency controls are designed specifically for bass processing, going further than standard EQ with added characterful saturation. The cut knob is used for subtle low frequency trimming, the low knob for adding weight, the mid knob for adjusting mid-range muddiness, and the high knob for control over the top end. You'll want to use these parameter adjustments in small doses so you don't suck the life out of your bass sound. Here's a different bass. The enhance section can be used to add character to the sound. Press is a 670 style compression algorithm with bags of character. Heat introduces signature saturation and a little special source processing. The depth control applies analog hardware convolution, making your bass larger, adding deep interest whilst taming excessive highs. Mix acts as a dry-wet control for parallel processing of the other effects. It's worth remembering that all of these processing options work together, so experiment with adjusting multiple parameters to find a combo that works for your specific bass sound. Let's hear a bass in a different flavour. We'll sculpt its tone to create a more balanced, yet driving sound. You can actually store an A and B version of the settings. Just click here to choose one of the options or copy between them. There are also undo and redo buttons here. Try out the many presets just here. These are great jumping off points for all sorts of bass lines in different genres. I'll quickly run through a few other small buttons that you might want to use. This button flips the phase of the sound, handy if you quickly need to prevent phase cancellation with kicks or accompanying bass lines. X4 enables 4 times oversampling, enhancing processing fidelity. This button activates a limiter before the output channel. So those are the basic concepts behind BassShaper, a one-stop tool for maximising the depth, clarity and presence of your bass sounds and beyond. Experiment with the trial version for yourself, available now, and thanks for watching.